أنا خرد كده ويرتي كاميرا قانت كمان أنا قرتي. Yeah.
He cracks jokes even when the matter is serious. He truly is a pillar of hope for many people of his kind who are languishing in self-pity, stigmatization, and depression. Sitting behind his desk, interacting with all kinds of people, and helping himself to every duty in the office, one would think Harun is just any ordinary man. He prides in being independent and is fast in showing how quick he puts his office in order every morning. At 29, Harun was a young, ambitious man, fresh from the university, but with a dream of changing the face of leadership in his home village of Takaba, Mandera County. Just one moment in time can have far-reaching ramifications on the life of an individual. This is what happened to Harun. One moment he was busy pursuing his life dreams and aspirations, but in a split second, his life changed dramatically when he was involved in a road crash that sent him reeling with suicidal thoughts. As fate would have it, his dream of rising was interrupted. Harun would spend more than 2 years bedridden and depressed, an event that would make him a wheelchair user for the rest of his life.
Exactly 10 years ago, I was involved in a horrific road accident that almost took my life. Fortunately, my life was spared, but my mobility was taken away. For almost a year, I spent in hospital bed, staring or looking at the hospital ceiling, and another one long year confined in a bed in our rural home in Kutulu, Mandera County. I was just listening mostly to the cracking sound of corrugated iron sheet and the sweltering heat of Mandera sun. Doctors told me I will never walk again. Recovery and adjusting to a wheelchair lifestyle was one of the most frustrating things in my life.
Unlike other people who are born with disability, Harun has been living with disability for 10 years now. As a child, he was playful in character and academically slow. He fell victim of bullies who teased him for being stupid. However, he eventually caught up, outperformed them, and became an inspirational figure. To his bullies' surprise, his credentials and career path is commendable. He went to Kenyatta University and pursued bachelor's in environmental studies, planning and management, and later did masters of arts in public administration. Harun's traumatic accident was a very deep struggle, which he was capable of getting out through a great support system.
Gladly, my family members and a couple of my friends, they were there for me. They stood by me. They lent me their shoulders to cry on. They whispered into my ears, even though I have given up in life. They reminded me, Harun, don't give up. Don't just give up. Your life is spared for a reason.
Later, he slowly emerged to overcome his trauma and became a major advocate for the inclusion of rights of persons with disability in Kenya. A once helpless suicidal man, now at the helm of leadership for a special group of people in the marginalized Kenya's nomadic community, where the disabled cite exclusion as their limited mobility prevents their participation in traditional life and families consider them bad omen.
Later on in life, I became very active on disability movement, both in our community, like in northern Kenya, in Kenya and around the world. My wheelchair lifestyle introduced me into something new altogether. I took disability as both a profession and a career, and understanding disability in totality and what it is all about. I go through some level of discrimination for not freely participating in the society. The doors to homes are squeezed, the toilets are not friendly, The shopping malls are not conducively created. So I know the bitterness of being excluded, especially for what is rightfully yours. So my disability lifestyle taught me, regardless of who we are, ethnicity, gender, religion, name it, we should always be embraced and allowed to be included in participation in the development of our society.
Harun organized persons with disability from northern Kenya to form an advocacy outfit called Nondo. Nondo is the first organization that exclusively advocates for the rights, inclusion, and participation of disabled persons in all spheres of life in an area where disability is believed to have supernatural causes like curse, which further intensifies the stereotyping, profiling, and stigmatization of persons with disability.
Some of us from northern Kenya organize ourselves and come up with an organization or a platform where we exclusively address matters disability among the pastoral communities.
Nondo, established in 2011, is known for its key brand, Desert Wheel Race, an annual event that is currently the biggest disability sporting derby in Kenya since the year 2012, whose focus is to highlight matters disability in its all forms in nomadic lifestyle.
The Desert Wheel Race is hosted here in Cielo for the last 3 years. For the last 2 years, we have been advocating through this race of how to mainstream disability into peace initiative.
It would have been easier to give up his dreams, but his resilience shone through, and he emerged from his low moments to become an inspirational figure who has not only shared his story, but is taking to get the society to sit up and take notice of people with disability.
I also realized that in pastoral community where we grew up, children are labor asset, for example. If you have a child with disability, that child will not offer that labor of herding goats, camel, sheep. Then they become a liability to already a burdening, a situation. That's when you hear some people saying something like, if he will have been or she will have been an animal, we will have slaughtered. Ideally, they didn't want to kill that child. It's because of the frustration of nomadic lifestyle. You can imagine someone has only one beast of burden, and then will she carry her little heart, or will she carry a family member with disability? Such a statement are provoked by such kind of a frustration, in that kind of a lifestyle.
Disability is commonly viewed as an ending burden. People with disability are often viewed as tragic people whose society should pity. But Harun managed to drive himself to work every day through the busy streets of Nairobi. He defies societal myth that people with disability cannot lead a full and productive life. He ascertains that people with disability are capable of fully participating in community life.
I joined many movements, many organizations, that are interested and are dealing with matters with disability, whether it is service provision, whether it is advocacy, whether it is government, whether it is development partners. I met quite a number of friends. This made me now to felt that now the path that I should take and to add a voice into the discourses of matters disability should be crafted.
Prior to the horrific accident, Harun was unmarried. It was after he recovered that he got married to his beautiful wife, with whom they're expecting children, an indicator that disability is not an hindrance to love and prosperity.
I now know what love is, what love for humanity, tolerance and patience is all about. You can only know of what patience is when the only thing that has remained in life for you is to be just that patient, just to cling on it. That's when you know the beauty and the sweetness of being tolerant and patient with any circumstance in life.
After this long journey, he frequents the same hospital he was in for a whole year to give hope to the family he left behind and the new ones that joined the camp. A story that deserves to be told does not forgive silence, and it's in this spirit that Harun penned down his story to inspire and reach more people.
I've never thought disability lifestyle is an interesting lifestyle before. Just like any other ordinary life, it has its own ups and downs. And it's also full of fun. You go places, you meet interesting people. Your wheelchair is just part of the extension of your body. In fact, my wheelchair, I do say, is my pride and it is my identity. It has taken me places and it is taking me far. But the most important thing, it made me to be a better person than I was before. And life generally is how you take. If you take it difficult, hard, it is. If you say it is not, it is not. It's all we say, as they say, everything is just in our mind, how we perceive it.
People with a disability typically do not view themselves as confined to their wheelchair. In the same way, a person without disability is not defined as confined to their car. A wheelchair, like an automobile, is a form of mobility that contributes to a person's independence. Today, Harun is an advocate who rides his wheelchair with pride.
My wheelchair is my horse and it is my pride. It has taken me places, it has taken me far, but importantly, very importantly again, it has made me a better person than I was before.